Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Tape Project, and today I have another thing to show you. I was at one of my favorite thrift stores in Albuquerque, the Orphans thrift store on Wyoming, and I found this Radio Shack brand cassette recorder. There was a sticker on it for $15. It says new, but actually I got this plus some office supply stuff all for about $8. So pretty excited about this. Stay tuned. So you might recall a month or two ago when I started this tape project, I had bought a Caliphone brand tape recorder from B&H Photo, and I was less than pleased with the quality of it and ended up returning it. This is a classic shoebox configuration recorder that, according to the date on the instructions, was manufactured around 2003. And so it has the original carton, the box, cardboard, instructions in different languages, and the recorder itself, along with your classic earphone jack and AC adapter, and the recorder itself in its original plastic bag. Now I've had this out already, and I've already put in C-cell batteries, but of course it also runs on AC. And I also opened up a fresh MRXI 60-minute cassette. Well, the recorder has the classic controls that you would expect on a shoebox size recorder, from pause to stop, eject, fast forward, rewind, play, and record. The built-in microphone is right here. It does not have a tape counter. It does have a record and battery indicator that also functions as a primitive VU meter. It'll flicker in record mode based on the level of the audio. It has a little extendable handle on the front, and on the left side you have AC adapter input, your DC input 6 volts, earphone jack, auxiliary input, remote pause control, and a mic input and a volume control. So all the basic controls in this recorder. Now I noticed when you eject the lid of the recorder that you want to push it down with the right side of the lid like this. If you push it down with the left side, the latch here won't quite catch. So you want to do that. And then the cassettes go into the lid itself. They have the little L-shaped brackets here, and the cassette goes in the lid, and then the whole lid closes like that.
The samples that are offered as you run around shopping. And unfortunately today, two of the vendors were still setting up as I passed them by.
That was my wife describing her trip to Costco today. And I'm actually pretty impressed with the quality of the audio on this machine. I thought it was pretty good. And also, I have a pre-recorded tape from the 1980s. Let's throw this in here. Pretty darn good for a little cassette player, I'd say. Yeah, I was pretty impressed with it, actually. 2003 vintage. So let me fast forward this and we'll do another recording. Okay, so I have this little Takstar video microphone plugged into the side of the recorder, and I'm just going to, I have it in record pause right now so you can see the little light flickering as I'm talking, so I'm just going to release it from record pause. And okay, this is Joe with the Takstar video microphone plugged into the mic jack of the Radio Shack CTR-111 cassette recorder, purchased today for just a few dollars from the Orphans thrift store in Albuquerque. Joe out. Okay, let's rewind. The Radio Shack CTR-111 cassette recorder, purchased today for just a few dollars from the Orphans thrift store in Albuquerque. Joe out. And actually, I was pretty impressed with the quality of it for what it is. It very much reminds me of my Kmart tape recorders that we had when I was a kid. It's decent quality. Even the speaker's okay. It doesn't rattle or hum or vibrate or buzz. It plays this pre-recorded classical music tape pretty good, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And with an external mic plugged in, yeah, it's actually a pretty functional little device, a little handle that pulls out, and actually not bad at all. Okay, there's another feature here I wanted to show you guys that, along with the earphone piece for listening in monaural from one ear, there's this little plug here, and this is called an erasing plug, and this plugs into the microphone jack or the auxiliary jack, and it is essentially a shorting plug, and it shorts the input out, and so it enables you to erase a tape. So if you have a pre-recorded tape and you want to erase it at normal play speed, if you will, not bulk erase or fast erase, you put the tape in, plug this plug into the input jack, and then hit record and let it record the whole tape. It'll basically erase it for you, which is kind of cool. I remember these now from way back in the day. I had forgotten about them, but that's kind of cool. At this same thrift store, I found in the very corner of the place where the cassette tapes are, a lot of old music and stuff. A lot of it didn't interest me, but this one item definitely interested me. This is an unopened Memorex 120 cassette tape, and it was originally sold at Fred Meyer's for $5.99, but I got it for less than $1. And this is a 120-minute cassette. I don't actually know if I would really use a 120-minute cassette, given the fact that anything over 90 minutes, the tape itself is so thin, it tangles real easy. But this is an unopened tape, 120 a minute, and it's a standard normal bias, 120 microsecond equalization, normal bias cassette tape, but unopened. Very cool. Along with this tape player here, I thought it was pretty neat. What's interesting about finding this tape recorder in almost mint condition, almost unused, not even any fingerprints on it, is I found it at a non-profit thrift store. Now, a lot of the thrift stores, most of the thrift stores I go to in Albuquerque are for-profit thrift stores. The prices are much higher, and oddly enough, the selection isn't as good. But this thrift store I've been going to, they have a lot of just like old office supply stuff, like old paper, which I like to type on. And this thing right here is just fantastic, in great shape. And this was made in the early 2000s, but at a time when apparently the quality was still pretty good with these machines. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's really a neat little unit, and I don't have any qualms about loaning this to my grandkids or whatever. It's not a super expensive item, but it seems to work pretty good. Well, this is the Tape Project, another cassette tape recorder. You guys take it easy, have a great day, and keep staying creative.